Welcome, I am Nadia. And you're watching our program, Nadia Online.
Mubashir Bhutta, human rights lawyer and human rights activists from the world and members of the European Parliament have sharply criticized the European Union's decision to host a Taliban delegation in Brussels, warning that the move risks legitimizing a regime accused of systematically stripping women and girls of their rights. The controversy is heightened by the fact that two senior Taliban leaders are wanted by the International Criminal Court on allegations of crimes against humanity related to the persecution of women and girls.
Human rights advocate Mubashir Bhutta is with us. And what does he say on this issue?
Well, I would like to highlight the facts that two senior Taliban leaders are wanted by the International Criminal Court on allegations of crimes against humanity related to prosecute of women and girls. The EU has also sanctioned several figures associated with the Taliban government, and other human rights organizations along with me. They have also protested on this act.
The EU has also sanctioned several figures associated with the Taliban government. The Taliban delegation arrived in Brussels after Belgium issued 5 short-term visas, marking the first time the EU has officially hosted representatives of the group since it regained power in Afghanistan in 2021. According to Taliban Foreign Ministry spokesperson Abdul Qahar Balkhi, discussions focused on restoring consular services for Afghans living in Europe, strengthening consular representation, and exploring confidence-building measures between the two sides. The visit has sparked outrage among rights groups, who argue that closer engagement with the Taliban contradicts the EU's commitment to human rights. The European Commission has acknowledged holding talks with Taliban representatives since January regarding the possible expansion of deportations of Afghan migrants whose asylum claims have been rejected or who are considered security risks. Critics say this cooperation stands in stark contrast to repeated resolutions by the European Parliament condemning Taliban abuses. Spanish MEP Juan Fernando López Aguilar described the meeting as an outrage, accusing the EU of applying a double standard by condemning Taliban policies while simultaneously engaging with the group on migration issues. Humanitarian organizations warn that Afghanistan remains gripped by severe economic hardship and a worsening human rights crisis. According to aid groups, nearly 40% of the population faces food insecurity, while women continue to encounter major barriers to education, employment, and healthcare. An open letter signed by 83 Afghan and international human rights organizations urged the EU to halt any plans for forced returns, arguing that Afghanistan remains one of the world's most dangerous countries for women and vulnerable groups.